Hello guys, welcome to another video on this channel. Today I will be playing a list that is pretty spicy, I want to say. It's a carryover Gurney deck with Allgod, Alpha Werewolf, as well as Enchanted Armor and Offerings. You use Allgod to buff your Werewolves, your Adastriga, your Riptide. Yeah. It's a pretty greedy deck in that regard, but very, very fun to play. Has a lot of points for sure. And it's a list inspired by Zimov Farsik. He created this Allgod list in the first place, and then I changed it around a bit. His setup is a bit different than mine. I'm gonna link his video with the original deck in the description, so you guys can check it out if you want to. But okay, this hand is not amazing, because I don't have an Alpha Werewolf target. I guess we're just not gonna play it this round, and instead go for Allgod later. Can use Enchanted Armor on Riptide though, so at least there is that. You may also notice the puzzle box. This card is here because of Adastriga. It gives you a token to consume. If you buff Adastriga with Allgod and Offering and then use Vial on her, then you can get her to 14 to be able to consume the token. Another thing you can do is use Enchanted Armor plus the Vial, or you can just buff Striga with Alpha Werewolf. So there are multiple ways to get this card to 14 power, and ideally your opponent would click the puzzle box and get the 13 for themselves, so you can eat it from their side of the board, but most of the time people know that they shouldn't do that, so you just consume your own token instead with Last Say. But yeah. One thing about this Gurney list that is completely different from normal fruit stacks is that it doesn't have that much tempo around 1. So you might end up in some positions where you won't be able to win the round, or you will have to like spend, for example, your Werewolf round 1 to win the round. And from my experience, it's fine against decks that aren't engine decks, but yeah, if you are against engine decks, you might struggle with this list for sure. Let's just play the Maxi for now. I mean, I could also lock one of these Neophytes. It's like locking it's like a 8-point lock, basically. I guess he still didn't play Angus, so maybe it's not that valuable. Let's just play the Maxi. Yeah, that's a shuffle for sure. I think next turn I might want to go Allgod from Oniromancy, especially since opponent seems to be passing when he's flipping the sticky situation like this. Okay, never mind. Opponent decides to play the card that he buffed with sticky situation. I have to say I am very surprised by that play. But alright. Interesting, I guess. I'm still gonna go for the Allgod. So yeah, usually you want to buff the Werewolves, the Striga, Riptide. Also Griffin is a very good buff because you're gonna pull it out with Mamuna. And then I'm probably just gonna buff Mamuna, to be fair, because we always will try to play her this game, so this buff shouldn't be wasted. But yeah, Werewolves, like even just at 6 power, this card can already be 11 points if your opponent has a 5-powered unit, so it's a really nice card in this deck, honestly, I have to say. Definitely not bad at all. Okay. So do we think this trap is something that would get my opponent ahead if I pass? I am not sure. Like, The only trap that... There are two traps that would do that. One of them is Horn, which I wouldn't expect my opponent to play, and the second is Crushing. I mean, I'm thinking it's more likely to be Deception or Pitfall, but the pass is a bit risky. But I think I'm gonna go for it. Let's just see. I'm gonna take a gamble here. Rip. It was a Crashing, okay. We do lose uneven, but opponents spent a lot, so I'm not sure how bad that is for me. We will see, I guess. Maybe the gamble was unnecessary. I could have definitely kept playing into this round, but I think it's fine. Elves don't really have that good of a long run in my opinion, so I don't think I'm that concerned. Stake an offering. I mean, clearly opponent is struggling with proactivity here. So I'm not gonna use my leader. I mean, we're still on 8 cards, so there's no reason to. Okay, opponent commits a Siaran. What is my plan here? I mean, I could just see taking the Riptide, but it is a bit expensive. Maybe I play Puzzle Box this round. I could use the Striga just on my leader token next round, or on one of his Deadeyes. It's pretty good value as well. Yeah, honestly, I don't hate playing the Puzzle Box right now. I'm gonna pick Oniro here, Offering here, sorry. Let's see if opponent clicks the Puzzle Box. I mean, I guess I could have leadered, but we are ahead, so it doesn't really matter. Opponent just decides to play a trap. I think this should be Deception. Okay, so opponent did win the Puzzle Box. The Puzzle Box duel, interesting. I think this should really be Deception. But it could also be a Pitfall. I think I'm just gonna play the Slug right now, because I do want to see if it's actually Deception before I Heatwave. It didn't flip, so I'm gonna assume it is just Deception. Yeah, so now we definitely Heatwave it. That's my best Heatwave every time. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. I think that's my Riptide turn. I want to be able to play the slow tempo Offering later. I guess the awkward thing is opponent will have last say. And even if he just plays the thing this round, I can't get Striga to 14. Because I drew her in hand. Opponent seems to be value bleeding here, which I mean works out pretty well for me. Maybe should have buffed Mamuna honestly there. Instead of the werewolf. Like, I'm probably not getting more value from the werewolf. Okay, I don't get it. Why is opponent suddenly slamming like that? That doesn't make much sense to me. Werewolf gets me ahead by 1, so let's play it. Like, playing a 4 tempo card into a full leader Yavin seems a bit extreme, I have to say. So last card is the thing from the box. I'm gonna play Ada because I'm pretty sure my opponent will just end up playing the thing anyway, and then I just want to play a weak card instead of Oniroing into a good card on this turn. I mean, we just go for Necker Warrior, right? It's the worst card. Yeah. Okay. I mean, as long as I draw my cards here, I think I'm gonna be fine. I just need to draw my Mamuna, basically. Well, there it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're winning here. Also, opponent used his lock, so I'm not sure he will even have an answer to Ethereal. I mean, I guess I keep the hand. Like, ideally I would like to find a werewolf. I mean, if I draw the griffin, I can Mamuna into a fiend, I guess, which is not that bad. Okay, nice. I got the werewolf, so best possible hand here. Yeah, I mean, I can't see how I'm losing this game. With this deck, you will lose on even sometimes, but yeah, it has so much carryover that it can often be fine. This should be a pitfall, so I don't really want to play Mamuna, because she could die. Oh, it's not a pitfall. It could have also been incinerating, right? This is a crashing then? What is this? No. Oh, a serpent. It's a serpent. Okay. I see. Well, we win regardless, despite losing 5 points on the werewolf here. Oh yeah, wait, it's the... Oh, I assumed my heatwave went on Deception in round 2, but maybe that was a Serpent in round 2 instead. Okay. I thought Deception was already out, to be fair. But I guess, yeah, we couldn't know that for sure. Alright, we take the win here. A bit of a messy game. I probably shouldn't have taken the gamble on the pass. But yeah, we won pretty comfortably anyway, so... Let's jump into the next game, I suppose. Alright, so in our second game we are against Enslave. Enslave does have more engines, usually, than normal decks, so it could maybe be problematic, we will see. I really want an access to Alpha Werewolves, so I can buff this trigger here. Would be really, really nice. I think I mulligan the Squirrel. I mean, opponent is very unlikely to play Coup in the first round. No Alpha Werewolf. At least we have the Enchanted Armor. But yeah, that's not great. Okay, let's go for the Griffin. Yeah, Enchanted Armor is like a pretty controversial pick for sure, but it does have 4 good targets in this deck. Both of the Werewolves, Riptide and Adastriga get additional value from getting boosted, so I kinda like it. It is greedy for sure, but it's a funny usage of this stratagem, I think. And honestly, sometimes buffing Riptide to 13 with more armor can be game-changing against some decks. If you need to answer some very, very tall threats. But yeah, we played a Fiend here before opponent plays a unit in this row. Then I'm probably gonna play Allgod. Yeah, opponent is just giving up the run, which is kind of expected from Enslave. Let's play Allgod. So I buffed this, Riptide. And then I don't think I buffed the Knickers. I mean, opponent is not really playing for any points this round, so I don't think I will need the points. So I'm just gonna buff the Alpha Werewolf, I think. Buffing Ethereal doesn't really do much, because, well, the second copy that you get after using the order is not gonna be buffed. Let's go for Maxi here. Okay, I think that's a shuffle. I mean, we only get Oniro in round 3, which is pretty bad. We don't get access to the werewolf until round 3, and we can only access it from Oniro. We only draw the puzzle box if the cards I mulligan in round 2 don't end up showing up as my top decks in round 3. Yeah, I think that's a pretty easy shuffle, to be honest. There is no reason to keep this hand, in my opinion. It's just not great. Okay. I guess that's annoying that this comes out as a 4, but yeah, doesn't really matter. When opponent just passes anyway. Okay, I mean, we win the round very cheaply while building up quite a lot of carryover. It's a bit of a shame that I didn't have the Alpha Werewolf in hand, but well, it is what it is. Okay, now do I keep the Squirrel? I mean, I'm gonna mulligan Fiend first. I mean, I don't think so, it's just a low tempo play. And honestly, like, I could see maybe the coup being awkward for our opponent in a short round 3 scenario, so... We do have the Alpha Werewolf with Werewolf combo, which is nice. I'm gonna start with that. No need to buff Striga more, as we can buff her to 14 with Vial now. And that's enough to consume the thing from the box. So yeah, we just buff the Werewolf instead. It's a shame I don't have Heatwave here. Would be a lot of points. Okay, I think I'm gonna play Mamuna now. I just want to be able to put pressure on our opponent. The bad thing is, though, I'm not sure I actually want to do that, wait, because I just realized that the opponent has a Griffin in the graveyard. So Mamuna is such a great Arthod and coup target for him. Like, he has both Mamuna and the Fiend, and he just put them in his deck. Yeah, that is probably not a good idea then. Yeah, that is not a good idea to do that right now. What is the plan here then? I mean, I'm not passing, right? Honestly, I'm not sure what to do. I mean, we don't really have any strong decree targets anyway. I don't think I want to go for Ethereal. I kind of already blocked it with Alpha Werewolf. I shouldn't have done that. But honestly, you don't really want to play Ethereal against Enslave, I think. But we do want to keep bleeding. I mean, our opponent played Calvit. We want to get some of these Assimilate engines out and shorten the round. Yeah, with no Heatwave it's a bit awkward, because this Taurus also tanks the Riptide. I can't really play Riptide this round. I might play Werewolf and try to force a Toll Punish, maybe. I mean, I just really dislike playing Mamuna this round, because it's such a good spying target for our opponent here. We do want to probably just play Mamuna in round 3 here. The downside with playing Fiend is if opponent remedies the Griffin, they only have Necker Warrior as the second target. Like, it could be problematic here, right? Yeah, that's what the opponent goes for. But again, I just think this Mamuna is too good of a target to copy for him, so... I don't think I can really play her. Let's commit the Werewolf, get out the Toll Punish, I think. Maybe then the Kree into Fiend was just bad. Yeah. Not great, is it? Do I even save the Vials trigger combo, or do I just play it right now? Maybe I... I do want to keep bleeding here, so... Just play this. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I mean, we could play Mamuna right now. Opponent did commit his spying unit. I guess we do want the Sabbath. I mean, we don't really have a choice anyway, but Sabbath procs the Thrive, so that's nice. I think that's still better, because if I played this earlier, could have given spying to it, would have been way too good. Guess opponent goes Stefan and he's probably gonna leader the Mamuna. Oh, he's just setting up a coup, but that's fine. That doesn't give the opponent carryover for later. And we just pass, right? Because if I play anything, I just trade into coup. Which doesn't make much sense. So we lose card advantage here. Opponent still has Arthur. Maybe a Braffens if he plays Braffens. Yeah, I mean, not sure. We're probably losing, but as I said, this is kind of a tough matchup. So it's not really surprising, I think. Okay, solid hand. Do I even try to get the thing? I'm not gonna have last say, so if your opponent gets the thing for himself, then that's not great for me, I think. I'm gonna Riptide this to deny potential slave drivers. But like, I mean, I do want to try to transform this useless offering. It's gonna Artot the Doragere to lock the fruit, I guess. I mean, what can he transform though? Like, is he gonna transform his own coup, maybe? I'm gonna try. So the plan is to consume the lamp gene with this Ada. Opponent goes Lydia. So it's pretty strong Lydia. Okay, it doesn't click the thing, that's good. Well, let's play it then. So there should still be a coup. And it's hard to say what are the other two cards. Okay, Anna. Anna is really bad value for that opponent, so that's really good for me. I'm just gonna play Striga. I doubt there is a second Tall Punish. I mean, it's not like I really have a choice. I need the points anyway. Yeah, that's the Ethereal that opponent copied. Yeah, we're losing this game. I mean, last card, we tie against a bricked coup, I guess, but I don't think it's gonna be a bricked coup. Oh, it is a bricked coup. Okay, I'm gonna take the tie, honestly. I mean, this matchup is pretty bad, all things considered. I'm gonna take the tie, I'm happy about that. But I did actually have the bricked coup, wow. Yeah, I mean, we shouldn't be tying this game, that's for sure. I think I played correctly with the Mamuna delay, because it did deny our thought on Mamuna later in round 3, so yeah. Let's jump into the next game, I guess. Alright, so in our final game we are against Enslave again. Well, let's see how this goes. Maybe hopefully differently than the last game. Okay. I'm gonna mulligan the Vial for now. We don't have an Alpha Werewolf target again, round 1. At least we have the Riptide as the armor target though. I mean, I'm gonna Oniro into Allgod then this round, it's fine. I will just open Ethereal. This card is pretty bad against Enslave anyway. I think we want to just dump it round 1. Don't really want to play Ethereal against Enslave in later rounds most of the time. Okay, apparently opponent has a lock. That is not usual in Enslave to just play a lock from hand. Interesting. This could be maybe an Ivo list then. Yeah. Okay. Let's go for Allgod here. Well, the upside of not drawing an alpha werewolf target is we have all the Allgod targets in the deck. So that's nice. Gonna use this. I don't think I will ever pass here, but just in case. I'm gonna buff the Knickers too. I want to make sure I win the round. Against an Ivo deck, we really want last save or the heat wave on Ivo. And I think it should be an Ivo deck from what opponent is playing now. Like, I think I should be able to just take the long round. I might play the Mamuna in round 2 for tempo. Also because of remedies. I mean, if this is an Ivo deck, opponent will not have ways to play the Mamuna himself. Okay, that is a lot of tempo. But yeah, Slave Drivers is definitely an Ivo list. No doubt about that here. I'm gonna just lock the Vigo. I mean, there are no other engines in this deck as far as I remember. Unless opponent is playing a different version. No battle stations at least is good news for me. I'm gonna buff the Striga here. Knicker's still not jumping out, by the way. Good boys, patiently waiting. Okay, Knickers, please don't jump out. God damn it. -5 carryover, rip. Honestly, I mean, opponents spent a lot already. Like, these Slave Drivers and Vigo are really communal plays, I have to say. So I'm happy to see that out. Okay, let's mull this. We do have the Mamuna. I do not want to break the Mamuna, because we really want to play her this round before opponent goes, like, Magni into Remedy again, so... Really want to just open with Mamuna instantly. And then we probably just pass. I could maybe play the Fiend, depending how much tempo my opponent puts on the board. I mean, I think the maximum amount of tempo opponent can play is 22 points right now. One card. With Magni into battle stations, into... into 2 sergeants. No Slave Drivers is a huge deal as well. No, actually opponent still has 1, because he played 1 from Vigo, right? Yeah, opponent still has 1 Slave Driver, never mind. I forgot about it, that the Slave Driver was from Vigo. Maybe I should have played this back row. Some people do play Igni in this deck, and if I want to play the Fiend, it's gonna be activated. Okay, opponent doesn't have an Igni, so that's fine. So you can play this for 9, we're gonna be up by 25, I think that's pretty safe. I don't see how opponent gets ahead. Might as well use the tempo from Mamuna and try to, like, trade some bronzes for golds here. There's the second Slave Driver, which is basically like a gold. Yeah, I mean, I'm passing here. I think opponent needs 18 points. Still a lot. He probably still has to play battle stations. Let's just pass, I think. 18 points is a lot. Like, Vilgefortz is not gonna make it. Like, you might have to either plant battle stations into, like, double sergeant as well, which would be amazing for me, or I have to spend leader, which is also good. Let's see. Guess Conan will just use the leader, I think, here, right? Or is he giving me double last say? Leader is enough, yeah. I mean, that's a good trade. Like, we got the leader, we got the second slave driver out, and one of the sergeants as well. I think these were very good trades, especially considering that this Mamuna could be very dodgy with remedies involved. Okay, I mean, we don't want the squirrel. Werewolves are nice. I mean, this is probably the best hand, right? We puzzle box the fiend. We want the opponent to get the thing from the box, because we can actually buff the other trigger with Vial. Yeah, we have Alpha Werewolf from the Kree or Oniro, doesn't really matter, on one of these werewolves. Yeah, that is probably the best hand. I mean, doesn't matter what card this is, it's always getting transformed with the puzzle box, so... And it's better if it's a 4P, because I mean, maybe your opponent gets baited, you never know, and actually clicks the puzzle box. We also have last save for Ivo, which is nice. And last save for Striga. The opponent has to either play Vilgefortz first or Ivo, so we can always just adapt to his sequencing with our plays. I mean, there's no reason to kill this anymore, I guess, because of all the slave drivers getting played earlier. They probably still do it, right? Just in case. I mean, opponent could go... If he's smart, he could buff the Sergeant with War Council. Because Ivo plays into Tor Punish more anyway, and then he blocks the Riptide this way. I don't think opponent would do it, but might as well play around it. I don't think there is any reason to hold this Riptide, honestly. It's a pretty chunky 17-point Riptide still. Very good value here. Next, I guess we play the Werewolf. We delay it by a turn, it's fine. It's probably gonna get Toll punished anyway, the Werewolf we buff from the Alpha Werewolf. I mean, do I even go for the Alpha Werewolf then? I mean, I don't have anything better, so I guess I do. Why not? Next, I probably go for the puzzle box. Gonna play it back row, I guess. Want to go for the puzzle box early to see if opponent clicks it or not, so that if the Fiend doesn't get transformed, I can play it early for some points still. Yeah, also opponent could have played the Joust on that Sergeant last turn as well. That was another issue, right? So I think the early Riptide play is just always correct. So if opponent gets baited to click the box, I mean, it's tempting because it's very likely he has like some garbage tactic in hand. But yeah, it's a bait. When I played this deck on stream yesterday, I think I only got the Adas trigger on opponent's Fink from the box once in like 12 or something games. So most people, even though they probably... I mean, I don't know if they know about the Adas trigger combo or not, maybe they do, but yeah, they don't click the box usually. Or if they do it when they have last say, right? The opponent is not gonna click it, I think. Let's play this then. Be annoying, I guess. An opponent should still have some cards that aren't at all punish or an Ivo, I guess, so... Never mind! that is great for us, that this Vilgefortz gets committed early. That is very good. Just gonna take my werewolf value because this is the best one we can get from the smaller one. Yeah, I mean, it's just very solid display, right? Like, you buff it only once with Allgod. If you don't count the Allgod buff, it still plays as a 9 for 4 from its own ability, right? Okay, there is an Ivar apparently. Yeah, I see, it's one of those people that just have ritual punishes, I guess. Ah, sure. Play the thing then. So, I wouldn't be surprised if there is also a Leo. I mean, opponent could potentially Leo the thing to make my Striga worse, but then he allows me to play this werewolf without getting punished. Yeah, that's not a great remedy. Yeah, there was nothing else, I guess. So there could be a Leo and an Ivo. I mean, I guess we just go for the werewolf right now. Like, Striga plays way more into Toll Punish than this werewolf, so... There is a Leo. So now we go for Striga. I mean, last card should always be Ivo. If opponent plays quadruple Toll Punish and doesn't have Ivo, then... Sure, I mean, he deserves to win this game, I guess. But yeah, there is no way. I like how he didn't even bother to click the cancel before, because he just knows my last card is a Toll Punish if I play Striga on this turn. So yeah, as expected, we win the game. I mean, yeah, this playing a triple Toll Punish in your deck is not a good idea, guys. Don't do that. You're gonna lose every time if you don't get last say. Even to decks that go Toll like this one. But yeah. I'm gonna finish the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed the games. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.